Hi guys, long time no see. It's been a minute since I did any video on YouTube, and my last video was on Starlink in the Bundus in Ukambani. But today I realized that ever since Nairobi became open, before a few weeks ago, Nairobi was sold out when it came to Starlink. So you couldn't activate a new Starlink account in Nairobi. Although there was a radius of about 160 kilometers from Nairobi, and outside that region you could activate your Starlink. But now they cancelled all that out, and I think they've put more satellites or whatever they did, and now you can activate a new Starlink in Nairobi. But there's a catch. If you're a new user of Starlink in Nairobi, there's an activation fee you have to pay whenever you buy a Starlink, of course. So that's the only downside of it. But if you are still buying outside the previous zone, outside the previous sold out zone, it's free. There's no activation fee. All you have to pay is the hardware costs and shipping, I guess, and you're good to go. So anyways, today I want to make a video of whether Starlink improved in Nairobi or generally improved ever since they opened up the sold out region. And just to add a little bit of sauce onto it, I'm going to compare it to Safaricom 5G. In one hand, I'll have the Starlink. On the other hand, I'll have the Safaricom 5G. So this right here is the Safaricom 5G router. As you can see it, I like the shape of this thing. Like, this is one of the reasons why I bought it. And we're going to see how it performs in Nairobi, especially where we are. We are just beside the Northern Bypass over there. And on my other hand, I have the Starlink Mini. I really love this thing because I go with it everywhere. And whenever this doesn't work, this does. So yeah, you're in for a treat, guys. It's been a minute since I did a video, and I'm coming back with a bang. I want you guys to enjoy this video. Generally, the meat of this video should be, how does Safaricom 5G perform compared to Starlink Mini in Nairobi? And besides that, we're doing, how does Starlink perform since they opened up the sold out region? So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting video. I can't wait for you guys to enjoy it. We're obviously powering all this with our anchor power station, and we want to see, we will have them on both at the same time, so that one phone will be connected to this and the other phone will be connected to this, and we'll see whether there's a comparison of quality and speed, and who is Safaricom 5G for and who is Starlink for in Nairobi and outside Nairobi. So yeah, let's get into this video. We are powering the 5G router and the Starlink using the anchor power station. You've probably seen me use this device a bunch of times in the past, in my videos in the past, but today it's exactly what we're using. We have Marvin on the setup. He's the one setting everything up. As you can see, there's Marvin, and he's setting up the Starlink right now. We have this device. I think it's I don't know whether I'd call it a coupler or an extension of sorts, or just a plug that allows us to power both the 5G router and the Starlink. This right here is the Starlink power brick, and this is the 5G router power brick. And this is the anchor power station. As you can see, we have the Starlink over there and the 5G router over there. So yeah, let them all boot up and then we can begin. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. On one side, I'll have my iPhone connected to the Starlink, and then I'll have my other Android phone connected to the 5G internet. So I don't know, who do you think is going to win this competition? Tell me down in the comments before we even begin. We're going to run speed tests and probably do a few actual practical tests, like play YouTube videos, scroll over on TikTok and Instagram maybe, and see whether there's any lag on any of these devices. Yeah, so let's get started. We have the Northern Bypass right over there. So we're technically on the edge of Nairobi and Kiambu. So let's see. Right here, we have the Safaricom 5G router, and we were just waiting for them to boot up. And whenever you see A green light on the Nokia Safaricom router 5G, it means that the connection is nice and stable. So you have a 5G connection. Whenever it lights up in an amber color, it means you're in your 4G connection or less. But since it's green, we know we are going to have the most out of this router. Now, for me to know whether the Starlink, the Starlink satellite dish is on, I have to go to my, let me first record this. I don't know if I have enough space. Let me see, microphone on, start recording. Okay, let's go. So I have to go to my Wi-Fi connection and see whether I'll see it there. I do not see it. I see this, but I do not see the Starlink. Let me see. I do not see the Starlink. So I'm not sure whether it's on. So we'll have to check. Let me see whether Marvin has done a good connection of the device. Okay, it's plugged in. There's usually a light somewhere, but it's not usually that bright. So yeah, there's that. So, and the connection here seems to be okay. If at all it won't be possible for us to power them both at the same time, we'll just have to do one test after the other. We have finally connected to the two Wi-Fi networks. On the iPhone, as you can see, I have Josh_Starlink Mini connected, and on the 5G router, which I have named Josh Moore the First, I have connected. So I don't know, where should we start? Where do you think we should start? Do we start with the Starlink connection, or do we start with the Safaricom connection? I don't know. So what we do is, I feel like we should start with the Safaricom. Or Nonaje Mavo? Kameramani.
Safaricom, bro.
Safaricom, he says. So let's see. I'm screen recording, so it doesn't have to come close. No, I'm excited. So let me start with Safaricom, because I know it's going to surprise us. I'll start with speed test by Ookla. I had previously done a speed test here. I think I was at my friend's house, and this is the internet. He has the same connection, 5G, Safaricom 5G wireless, but his router doesn't look like mine. His router looks a bit different. But anyway, it is what it is. Let me do a test for this connection. Let me confirm first of all that we are connected. On the iPhone, I am connected to Josh_Starlink Mini. And on this other side, I am connected to Josh Moore the First, which is my Safaricom 5G wireless network. So, Mavo said we should start with Safaricom, and that's what we're going to start with. It doesn't have much. All we have to do is go all the way into Ookla, which is our speed test application, and do our first speed test. If you were not here when we were starting the video, this right here is the Safaricom 5G router. It looks nice, doesn't it? But we're here in red soil, so everything will be dirty by the time we're done. Anyways, back to the meat of the story. Let's start. First speed test of the day, Safaricom 5G. Let's see. Ooh, that's good. That's really good. So, just to explain what's going on here. On this 5G Safaricom router, you can either pay for 10 Mbps speed, 50 Mbps speed, or 100 Mbps speed. I think there's even more, but those are the three that I know. So currently, as you can see, I'm getting 45.9 download speeds. And I think I'm averaging about 30 Mbps on the upload speed, which is really, really good. Although the latency, which is the ping, it's 41. 41 is really bad. And I think it's because where we are, I don't think there's a Safaricom network mast near us, so the connection is not the best, but the speeds are proper. The speeds are good. So let me just do one more test for Safaricom so that we see if I stand further away from the router, will I get a hit on the speeds or not? Let's try again. Speed test, round 2. Let's see. I'm hoping for something good. Okay, in terms of download, it doesn't struggle. Download speeds, when it comes to Safaricom, very good. they really succeeded in making that happen, because I'm getting my money's worth. I've paid for 50 Mbps and I'm getting 52 Mbps on the download. Let's see on the upload. And I think it actually got better when I went a little bit further from the thing, from the router, because I'm getting 52 on the download and 30, which I think is the average right now, on the upload, which is really good. And the ping also improved. So I don't know, did going further away from the router help? I don't know, we'll figure it out. The router is just a step away, a meter away from me. So I'll go further, maybe all the way up there where Mavo won't follow me. I'll just go stand there and see whether the connection will still work. So now, let's get into the Starlink connection. Now with Starlink, it has a different process. Once you connect to the Wi-Fi connection, you have to go into the app, which I am looking for right now. I'm looking for the Starlink application. And it is connecting, and as you can see, I am already online. Now, the last time I used this Starlink, I used it at Ngara, which is away from where I am right now. And I think I should change the location to the exact spot that I am right now. But before I do that, let's see, how does that affect? Because Ngara is like, how many kilometers, Mavo, would you say Ngara is from here? 20 is a lot. I think maybe 10, 11 kilometers. Yeah, okay, 20. Let's say just 20 kilometers, or worst case scenario is where Ngara is. So I'm guessing you can go 20 kilometers away from where you have set up your location. But let me first align the Starlink, because I am misaligned by about 29 degrees. So I'll just go to align Starlink, and then I'll come here and try to align it until it lights up. And right there, it's lit up and it says your Starlink is aligned now. So I'll go ahead and do my first speed test in the app using the Starlink speed test app. So let's go. Start. What do we get? Oh boy. Oh boy. This is really good. This is good. I'm getting 150 plus on the download. Starlink Mini, 150 plus. Upload speed, not so good today. Not so good today. Like I said, the last time I used the Starlink, it was at Ngara. And that day somebody had hired the device from me because they were doing a live stream for a client. And it was cloudy. Like even today, it's cloudy, but that day it was extra cloudy and it was drizzling. But I was getting an average of 20 Mbps on the upload. Download speeds were perfect. I didn't know it could perform that well even when it drizzled. I thought it would be a problem. So our very first speed test in the Starlink application is 150 on the download and 14 Mbps on the upload. The latency though, oof, Starlink usually suffers whenever it comes to the latency. Although it was really good when I was in the countryside, because I think the countryside isn't saturated with a lot of Starlinks. Here in Nairobi, a lot of people own the Starlink hardware. So I'm guessing we are sharing some kind of connection, so it makes the latency a bit bad. So if I compare to my last speed test on Safaricom was 30 on the ping, on the latency, but on Starlink, it's 80. That's 50 plus. The lower the number, the better the latency, which means the internet connection can be good for games and good for streaming. So just to be fair, let me do another speed test still on the Starlink app. Let's go. Another speed test. Let's see. Oof, we're taking a hit. A big one at that. I don't know whether Mavo is standing in front of the thing. Mavo, come this side so that Isikwe, we are blocking it from any kind of view. Ooh, 9 Mbps, guys. 9 Mbps on the Starlink. I think that's the least I've ever gotten. That's the least speed I've ever gotten on Starlink, on the download on Starlink. 11 Mbps on, and the latency 107. That's really bad. Okay, it's bad for now. I don't know. Let me just check. Like I said, I have to change the location. So let me go here into my user and go to subscriptions. I have 2 Starlinks. I have the first generation Starlink, which I might give away if we get to 10K. If we get to 10K subs and maybe 20K views on this video in like a month, I might consider giving that away to one of you guys. So yeah, let's share this video as much as we can. So I have 2 Starlinks. The other one is not paid for this month, but this one is paid for. Let me go and change the location. Service location. Let me bring it to where I am. As you can see clearly, I was on Gara Road, Kipande Road, which is a bit far from here. But today, I'll bring it back here near Northern Bypass. Set to current location. Let me send them. I'll get my confirmation code on my email. Let's see if oh, that was fast. Confirmation code 554576. 554576. Correct. Okay, so now I expect it to change the location to my current location. Now it might ask to be rebooted after that, but I don't know. Your router recently rebooted. Okay, customer reference. Okay, let me do now a speed test. Now that it is connected to where I am, let me first confirm that alignment is okay. Alignment is good. Let me go to speed test just to stay fair. That's why I changed the location. Okay, 18, 19, 30, 40, 50. Let's see. We're averaging at 60. 60 seems to be the number. 60 Mbps on the download. Let's see the upload speed. 7. Oof. I guess Starlink really suffers on upload whenever you're in Nairobi. But when I was in Ngara, the upload speeds were really good. But in our defense, the Starlink was mounted up on the roof of the building, so there was no obstruction. As you can see around me, there's a building here, there's buildings there, so something might be obstructing the Starlink from a good connection from the satellite. So that could be one of the hindering factors. Even the latency has become even worse. Let me do another speed test. Let's see. Okay, download speeds have become better. 104, 106, 110. Okay, 120, it's getting really good. 120 isn't bad. Okay, 118. Upload speed has also increased. Okay, I guess it just now, yeah, I think it has now just realized that I changed the location. Even the latency has become better. 77 isn't bad. Now, for the Starlink connection, I still want to do a speed test, but to stay fair, I'll use the Ookla app like I did on the Safaricom app. So let's see. Ookla app, let's go. Speed test. Let's see what Ookla will say. Ooh, guys, there's a difference. The ping was extremely good, 29 milliseconds. That was really good. I'm not getting a lot of speed, but I'm really surprised. This is good, because our last speed test on Safaricom was 30 milliseconds. Ooh. Mind you, I've only paid for 50 Mbps. I've only paid for 50 Mbps on Safaricom. But I don't know how I'm getting 52 or 50 even, because I normally usually just get 45 or 48 on the download. On the upload though, it's a different story. Getting the same amount whenever the connection is not tight is usually hard. That's why I think I'm getting about 20 Mbps on the upload. Let's see how much I'm getting right now. I'm getting 19 Mbps. And according to Ookla, it still says for gaming and streaming, it will be a problem. Now, let's do the same test on Starlink. Just again. Okay, on Starlink, I'm getting, what changed? Something changed. I'm getting about 159, 160. And the latency was 29. So it's getting comparable. Okay, very comparable, because now I'm almost getting the same upload speed. Almost. 15.6, guys. And according to Ookla, it says it's perfect for everything. It's perfect for browsing, perfect for gaming, perfect for streaming, and perfect for video calls. So yeah, there's that. Now, I'll have to go much further away. Now I don't know how I'm going to achieve that because my mic here died, but what I'll do, I'll use the audio from these recordings to put on top of this. So I'm going much farther. My will just stay there, and I'll go say, how many meters is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, about 15 meters away. This looks like about 15 meters away. I'll start with Safaricom. Let's go. 15 meters away from the router. Okay, I don't know what's not working. Let's see. Oh, I'm this far and I'm still getting 49.50. I'm still getting a good amount. I can't explain how. I'm so far from that router, but oh wow, even the latency improved. 28 is good. 28 milliseconds is good. Oh wow, even the upload speed improved. I don't know, the farther I go from that router, the better speeds I get. Let's see for Starlink. What am I getting on Starlink? Let's go. Starlink, 15 meters away. Oof, the latency is worse. And the speed is kind of less, but it's still comparable to Safaricom. Because it's still 50 Mbps. I still need to confirm. Is this really Starlink? Yes, that's Starlink. 62 Mbps on the download. And upload speeds, let's see, 15.1. So when I get further away, the quality of Starlink still is good, but the milliseconds here are really good for Safaricom. So there's that. So I don't know. We'll see. So I guess what I'll do now is I'll just walk back to where my boat is, and what conclusion have I come to? I think these two internet service providers are really good. First of all, they're both really good because they're giving usable speeds. So whether you're doing work at home or you're gaming or I don't know, you're using the internet for something productive, it will work for you either way, whether it's Safaricom 5G or whether it's Starlink. But now I want us to go back to the house and talk about who is Starlink for and who is Safaricom for, because they look like they were meant for two different people. But are you among the people who will categorize for Starlink or Safaricom? Let's find out. I almost forgot one more thing. We were supposed to test out maybe YouTube and see whether they open in the same manner. So I'll just go to YouTube. Let me just open YouTube on each of these phones. We have YouTube on iPhone. I don't think I have YouTube here.
Yeah, there is.
No, I removed YouTube. I remember we removed YouTube. We did.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm going to just use a browser, or maybe I just download YouTube again. So actually, that's a good test. Let's see how long it takes for me to download YouTube onto this phone. I had to remove YouTube because I had to schedule a stream, and whenever I used the browser, it took me to the app, and I didn't want to use the app at that time. So YouTube, enable, update. Let's see how fast. This is Safaricom 5G. Pending 11.9 MB, and it's downloading fast. 100%. It's done. Done. Damn, that was fast. It's installing already. So let's see. Open. That was super fast. No, I do not want YouTube Premium. So let me try and go to switch account. Josh, let me just use my accounts on both of them. So that no thanks. So I see Mando Bytes has a video. So I don't know. So just from the YouTube videos, I can tell that the connection on Safaricom is really fast, because when I refresh Safaricom, YouTube on Safaricom, it goes really fast. When I refresh on Starlink, it takes a minute there. Everything goes gray before it really comes out. So I don't know, let me just pick a video. Like we have 2 short videos here by Siobhan. Let me just tap them at the same time. Ooh, okay, they both played at the same time. Siobhan is actually my favorite YouTuber. He's from Canada and he does some really, really good content. Yeah, so that played nice. Let me just go back. Let me see whether I'll see something else. Something else. Okay, we have Kawao. Let me just press them both. As you can see, an ad played on both, but on the Safaricom connection, that was really fast, just snappy. Let me skip both ads. Okay, to some extent, Safaricom seems to be working better. I don't know how, but it is. The connection is really wow on the Safaricom connection. I don't know whether I have Instagram. Do I have Instagram? Yes. Do I have... Ooh, I am not showing you guys that. Let me open Instagram on this. You open Instagram, the first thing you see is a thirst trap. Oh boy. Crazy, crazy. Oh, tuko.co.ke, bruh. Anyway. Let's see. I'm scrolling on both. And it seems to be working well. Everything is loaded, but let me try and refresh. Refresh on both. Refresh. Yeah, there you go. Okay, they seem to be similar on Instagram. Instagram connection, similar behavior. It's not different, it's similar really. Yeah. But ideally, let me just do one last one. Let me do them at the same time. Yeah, Safaricom is snappy, guys. Can't lie. Starlink was still loading. Safaricom had already loaded, the video was playing. Wow. MGK gives his daughter her dream car. Oh, good for her. One last time. Refresh. Yeah, Safaricom is faster, guys. So let's go to the house and finish this video. So I'm back in the house. And just like that, I've just plugged in my Safaricom home router. 5G wireless, of course. And that's exactly why I like this thing. Now, let's get into finishing this video. Who is the Starlink for? I honestly feel like the Starlink is for anyone who is, well, a digital nomad, number one, who travels around the country and needs internet irregardless of where they are. Now, the Safaricom 5G would also apply to the same, because if you're in the country, we have a very good coverage of 5G and 4G by Safaricom across the country. So I guess you could be a digital nomad and still work with Safaricom and to work very well with you and your digital nomad adventures. And who else? I feel like if you're a gamer, definitely go for Safaricom because it has consistent latencies, and sometimes the latencies are really, really good, especially if you are within the coverage area of the 5G connection. If you're going to the bundles where there is no coverage at all for 4G or 5G or 3G, Starlink will be what you need for that situation. Especially, let's say, in a desert where nobody goes there, but you need to go there and maybe do an expedition or something, you will definitely need something like Starlink. What else? If you are, if say you live in up country, like in Kenya we say you shall go. If you live in up country, most of the places in up country don't have good coverage. So I'd say that Safaricom will do to a certain extent, like say 60%, but Starlink will work regardless of where you are in the countryside. So I wouldn't say either one of them wins because number one, they both give out good internet connections and the speeds are quite comparable. So it's a matter of pick and choose. What do you like? I have both of them because I like Safaricom because I move around with it and it works best for me in Nairobi because I'm almost always in Nairobi, and I also do live streaming for events professionally, and in those events sometimes we go to places where there's no GSM connection and I need my Starlink. So In my case, I need both of the systems. But for you, it might be different. Maybe you only work from home and you live in Nairobi. And in such a manner, you just need Safaricom. But if you need to go to Shags and your Shags is somewhere outside Safaricom coverage, then Starlink comes in play. Yeah, so that has been the video. If you're new here and you don't know me, my name is Josh Moore. This is African Josh, and welcome to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, maybe share this video with your friends and family, and I don't know, I'll see you in the comments and see you in the next video. Cheers guys, bye. You're in for a treat guys. Then Mavo zooms into the treat hotel right over there. Kali.